Now, let's look at question number 4, which is a 6-mark writing based question. It says you have realized the necessity of education and financial independence of women for their family, society and in turn for the nation. Write a letter to the editor, the National Times, highlighting your ideas on the importance of education of women leading to a better status for them. Address yourself as Tarun or Taruna, B7/9, Mall Road, Delhi. Since it's a 6-mark composition, your word limit is 100 to 125 words. When you look at the distribution of marks, the format must comprise these 6 elements: sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, salutation and closing. If these 6 elements aren't there, you do not score full 1 mark in your format. Then you have content for 3 marks and expression for 2. Now, when I remember all these categories, how should I frame a suitable sample? Let's look at the suggested value points. First being introduction to my letter, highlighting the issue. Second, the need to address the matter. Why exactly is it important to highlight the issue? That should be your concern. Third, ways to tackle the problem. What are we supposed to pay attention to? What are the means and methods to tackle the issue? Fourth, alternatives to the present means. What are the suggestions that you would like to offer, and thereby give a suitable conclusion. Once you have these in your answer, you are able to justify the demands of a 6-mark answer. Let's look at a sample. You begin with the address that is stated in the question on the left hand side margin, ensure that, followed by the date in full format. Then you address it to the editor with the name of the newspaper followed by the address. Now, when you look at the beginning of the letter, begin with the subject line, which is precise: education and financial independence of women. No need to elaborate. Then comes the salutation: Sir, Madam. Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the policy makers and society towards the necessity of education and financial independence of women leading to a better status for them, which in turn leads to a better family, better society and better nation. Once I have highlighted the concern of the letter, I can move to the main body and address how to do this. Then you move to the second part of the letter. Now, in the main body it says, in our country the girls are discriminated and not allowed an education of good quality at par with the other gender. This is what you highlight to talk about the issue at hand. But it's time we abolish old cultures and adopt new and healthy practices. There's a saying that if a man is educated, only one person is educated, but if a woman is educated, the whole family is thereby educated. You highlight the necessity of the issue. Our nation wants to eliminate gender discrimination, inequality, injustice against women, etc. True women empowerment can only be achieved through women's education and financial independence. How are we supposed to bring about that? We focus on the suggestions here. Women must own property, take financial decisions in the family, and that is possible only if they are financially independent. The government should also take measures and announce more schemes to encourage women to become independent. Because we have to highlight alternative measures, we do this with the help of suggestions, and then you give your concluding address. I hope the concerned authorities take cognizance of the same and your columns can enlighten them to take prompt actions to work in the right direction. Do not be in a hurry to just randomly end the letter. Make sure you have the concluding name after yours sincerely, and the name should only be the one given in the question, not any other. I hope the explanation was clear. Now, the internal choice of the first letter is another format of the letter. Let's look at the second one. You bought a refrigerator 2 months ago from Mohan Sales, Ashok Vihar, Bangalore. It has developed certain problems regarding its functioning. cooling has stopped and it is making a lot of noise. Write a letter of complaint. So unlike the letter to the editor, it's a letter of complaint, still a business letter, to the manager asking him for immediate repair or replacement of the same. You are addressed as Sachin or Shashi with the address given in the question. So now the key pointers for the letter remain the same, only the format changes, therefore the value points change. First, I need an introduction of the complaint. Second, what is the complaint about? Third, you list the problems in the refrigerator, not in lengthy formats but in point-wise manner, and then ask for redressal of complaint. Be very precise, very sure about what to write, no need to get too much of explanation in this format. Now look at the sample. The format is the same. First, sender's address, the date, then the manager with the name of the organization followed by the address, and then you immediately begin with the introduction of your issue. Dear sir, I bought a Voltas Ice King twin door refrigerator from your MG Road showroom on May 15, whatever is the year, wide receipt number. This is how you introduce a complaint so that the person reading it has a clear address of where the problem is coming from. But I regret to inform you that it is not giving satisfactory service. Please find below the list of issues. Very promptly you just mention the list of issues one by one. First, its cooling system is not as effective as it should be. Second, moreover, sometimes it makes subdued buzzing noise. Third, the cabinet has a long scratch mark as well. You add on to the details of the issue. Thereafter, the consumption of energy is also on the higher side. Sufficient issues for you to ask for replacement of the product, and then you move. Therefore, I would request you to advise me immediately as to what I should do in this regard. You seek redressal. I am expecting you may send your representative to inspect all these defects. I feel it is better if you can replace it at the earliest, as the refrigerator is still covered under warranty. Then you highlight the issue by taking into the brand value. I take a very poor view of the situation as you have made very tall claims in your brochure about the excellence of your service and goods. This is where you emphasize on the matter that it costs them on their brand value, and then simply give a concluding message saying I would very much appreciate a response at the earliest, signing in as either Sachin or Shashi like the question said. Do not go overboard with the explanation, that's the only key pointer to remember here. Still address the issues that the question is asking for. This explanation is sufficient for you to analyze your response with respect to the writing section. For longer composition, we'll proceed to them in the next segment.